Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives.
Or a therapeutic edge.
No, Women Carry
A
Knives.
therapeutic edge.
Women...
And we had too much fun. Sorry.
Sorry, a little too much fun. You can't have fun here. The dog doesn't like it. So, anyways, what are we taking a look at? So I had a company reach out to me and see if I would like to review one of their knives, and this is another one. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what this is about. So this is actually the Barrysail, and it is Barrysail folding pocket knife, camping, hunting, survival. You know me, I like to have everything from my budget knives to my expensive knives. I like them both. I like them all. I think everything has its purpose, and this would be one of those. So I like to use my knives. I don't like to use my really expensive knives for, say, garden work or cutting things at home that I may not want to cut. That's, a little more heavy duty. But this one has been a really good knife. I've really been enjoying it. The blade material is a D2 material. It's really nice. This thing came very, very sharp, and I really like that. The handles are going to be G10. It's pretty clean. I mean, the lines are pretty clean. It is a liner lock. I'm going to make sure I'm on camera here. It is a liner lock. The liner lock actually, well, here, let's open that up and show you guys. So the liner actually does stick up just a tad bit, which does make it a little bit easier to get to. Sometimes when they are flush with the handle, it does make a little bit harder for me, but and I always say I talk about that because I do have arthritis, so it does get harder. This does have a deep carry pocket clip. We'll use their Barrysail sticker here. It's got really good retention on it, if you can see that. Now, even though it's deep carry, as you can see, it does not quite go that far into the pocket. You're looking at about a 1/4 inch that will be sticking out. Is it comfortable? It really is. It's got pretty good retention on this clip. It's got enough for what I need. I do like the length of the clip. That is really nice. It does sit more sideways in my pocket, but when I am carrying it in my deeper pockets, it is fantastic. It's super comfortable. I do really, really like that. It is a flipper, as you can see. Now, the flipper tab, I like the flipper tab. I think it's easy. At the same time, sometimes, and the angle of the flipper is really good too. I do like that. Could be a little bit smaller. There's no need for jimping because of how big it is, but it does make it really easy. It's very, very smooth. I really like that. This is going to be a larger knife. So if we're looking at this open, your overall length is going to be like pretty much 7 inches. I think they said it's like 6 point something. Your closed length, or your handle length, let's go ahead and turn it over this way, is going to be about 4.5 inches. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good size. I like that. I like it a lot. The weight on this, it's not a super light knife, but for the size, it's not really heavy. It's a good kind of mid-ground weight on it. For me, for large hands, this is going to be really good. You do have some jimping back here, which is really nice. Gives you a good grip on it. You can choke up on it. So for me, I can really choke up on this, but I have small hands. If you have larger hands, this will be really good. And I'll probably have to see if I can get Therapeutic Edge to do one on this too, so we can see what it looks like in his monkey paws. He's laughing at me over there. But yeah, this, you guys, it has a really great feel. Now, I know a lot of you are not big on knives from China, and that's fine. You don't have to be. But some people cannot afford that really expensive knife. This one is actually $20. So normally $25.99. It is $19.99 currently. Let's take a look. Oh, I didn't do blade length. You guys want to know the blade length? Of course you do. It's about a little over about 3 1/4 inches total blade length with a little over 2 3/4 cutting edge. It's got a great blade too. The tip is nice and sharp. I really enjoy it. Let's take a look at the weight, and my dog has discovered a bottle to play with now. Okay, in ounces, we're looking at 4.2 ounces. If you guys are going with grams, you are looking at 119 grams. So, size-wise, I'm going to call it a medium-sized knife. If we take a look at it next to the Deca, see the Deca I consider medium. This one almost has a, as I call it, the Marge, a medium-large size feel to it. And I think for me, it's due to the thickness of the handle. Because it's a little bit thicker. Like this one is smaller, a lot thinner, right? The Deca. So this one has a little more grip for me. We can take a look at it next to the Ritter Hogue, or the Hogue Ritter, however you want to say it. And I consider this a medium to large knife. So you can see why I'm saying that. The Marge. And the Paramilitary, which I do consider large also, or medium large. So it kind of gives you a feel for, you know, size-wise. It's really in the same size as like the Paramilitary. It's not that much smaller. Good for large hands, good for small hands. Fidget factor on it is fantastic. You know, it's definitely, I mean, you can kind of drop it shut, but your flipper tab does get in the way, so, you know, you have to move your hand. But not bad at all. This, for me, if it was not riding in the pocket, and again, it would have to be diagonally for me, unless it's the 501s, it's going to be a diagonal carry. But this one, I think I carried mostly on my waistband rather than in the pocket, because it was a little bit easier for me. And like I said, the fact that the pocket clip was a little bit deeper or longer, that definitely made a big difference for me too. Now, it is a right hand only carry, so there is no lefty love on this. Overall, I have really enjoyed this knife. It has been fun. It has done what I needed. We've been doing a lot of gardening, so I've talked about a couple of the knives that I got in for review, and I really wanted to see what they do. So not only was I using them at home, you know, cutting up cardboard in the kitchen, I took them both to the garden. I wanted to see what they would do. You know, when we're tying up plants, maybe we're cutting some branches off plants, even cutting vegetables, used it at home in the kitchen, cutting some of the rope or the twine even to what do you call that, to hold up the vegetables, to put them on the vines up. I have not had an issue. There's no playing it. It's really sturdy. The G10 handles, with the way it's kind of milled out on there, has some great grip on it. Even when my hands were wet and we're at the garden, like I said, it's been really good. I don't feel like it's been slippery at all. The jimping on the back of the blade has made it even feel more secure to me. A lot easier. When I go to the garden, I tend to carry ones that are more flipper tab rather than thumb flips, thumb studs. And the reason being for that is the arthritis that I've talked about in my thumbs. And this makes it really easy to not have to worry about that, especially if I've been doing a lot of digging or pulling weeds or whatever. This one has made it a lot easier for me to handle and deal with. And by the end of the day, after a couple hours, I am not hurting and I'm able to flip it, as long as I'm not flipping into the table, which you probably just saw. Yeah, you guys, the Barrysail. I am really enjoying this thing. I think it's been great. It has worked for everything I have wanted it to do. I will put a link down in the description. I was just trying to see if it had another name for it, but it's just the Barrysail folding pocket knife. So it really doesn't have another name. That's kind of it. It does come with this nice little box. Of course, you know, it's nice to have a little box. Therapeutic Edge is laughing at me over there.
Little cardboard box.
Little cardboard box. You know, sometimes though, and this was, you know, it came in a box inside a box, but sometimes you get these things that are in really flimsy boxes, and you get your knife and it's a little bit thrashed in the mail. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate the thought about that too. This has been the Barrysail, you guys. Just a reminder, I do post videos every Tuesday and Thursday during the week. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. I always try to answer each and every one of you. And I will leave a link to the store for this knife or anything else that they have. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for joining me.